Dear children, let us start the new chapter Statistics. We know how to classify given data into ungrouped frequency distributions as well as grouped frequency distributions. We also know how to represent the data pictorially in the form of bar graphs, histograms, and frequency polygons. We have also studied the three measures of central tendency, namely mean, median, and mode of the ungrouped data. Here we shall study these three measures for the grouped data. Moreover, we shall learn the concepts of cumulative frequency and cumulative frequency distribution. In addition, we shall study to draw cumulative frequency curves called ogives. Now let us start the three measures of central tendencies, that is mean, median and mode. Now first let us take the mean of grouped data. Mean of grouped data. Here you take mean of grouped data. The mean of observations, as we know, is the sum of the values of all the observations divided by the total number of observations. What is mean? Mean equals mean is also called the average. Mean, or you take average of observations is the sum of the values of all the observations divided by the total number of observations. Total number of observations. So then what is mean? Mean or average of observations is the sum of the values of all the observations divided by the total number of observations that you know already. From class 9th, recall that if x1, x2, so on x1 are the observations with respect to frequencies f1, f2, so on fn. It means the observation x1 comes or occurs f1 times, observation x2 occur f2 times, observation xn occur fn times. Then you know that x1 comes f1 time means that becomes the sum of the values becomes sum of the values of all observations becomes all observations equals, you can have x1 f1 time, that is f1 time x1 plus f2 time x2 plus f3 times x3, so on fn time xn. Observation x1 occur f1 times, so the total sum of that x1 observations here f1 x1, total sum of x2 observation is f2 x2. Like this way you will get total sum of xn observation is fn xn, and totally the values of all the observation becomes what? f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus fn xn. So let us denote the mean equals x bar. So you take x bar is the mean, then you will get that equals f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus so on plus fn xn, that divided by f1 plus f2 plus f3 plus so on plus fn. Here f1 plus f2 plus f3 plus so on plus fn is the sum of that is the number of total number of all the observations, that is sum of the frequencies. So let us have this is x bar equals, that is mean equals, we can write it in short form by using the Greek letter, that is capital sigma, by using the Greek letter capital sigma, which means summation. That means summation. So you write x bar equals summation of fi xi, I equals 1 to n, that divided by summation of fi I equals 1 to n. Here it is x bar. So x bar means mean or average. Mean or average. So briefly you can write it as, x bar equals summation of xi fi xi, that by summation of fi, and it is understood that I varies from 1 to n. I varies from 1 to n. This is the formula to find the average of the group 4 data, which is having the observations and also frequencies. Now you consider an example. The marks obtained by 30 students of class 10 of certain school in a mathematics paper consisting of 100 marks are presented in the table. Find the mean of the marks obtained by the students. Here this is the marks obtained by the students. Totally there are 30 students. It is a group of data having frequency and data only. Now to find the mean of the marks obtained by the students, here we have to find out fi xi. Because we have to find the summation of the product fi xi. So find the product of xi and fi. Now you will get here these are the xi, these are xi, and these are fi. We have to multiply xi with corresponding fi. So you take first one 10 into 1, you will get 10. Again 20 into 1, that is 20. Then 36 into 3, 108 you will get. Then 40 into 4, 160. Then 50 into 3, 150. 56 into 2, 112. And 60 into 4, that is 240. And 70 into 4, 280. And 72 into 1, 72. 80 into 1, 80, and 88 into 2, 176, and 92 into 3, 276, and 95 into 1, 95. Now you find sum of all Fi xi, that is summation of Fi xi equals. Here what you are going to get, here add all these, you will get 9, 7, 1779, and use the formula x bar equals summation of Fi xi by summation of Fi. So you will get 1779 divided by 30. If 1779 is divided by 30, so you will get 35 is 150, 27. Then you take 9 downside, then you will get 9 za 3 9 za 27, 270, 9. So you put point, take 0 here, 33 is 90. So you got here 59.3 is the mean mass. What is the mean mass? 59.3. So you write mean mass equals, mean mass is 59.3. Now here you know that in most of our real life situations, data is usually so large that to make a meaningful study, it needs to be condensed as grouped data, that is having class interval. So we need to convert given ungrouped data into grouped data and devise some method to find its mean. Now let us convert this. This is also grouped data, but here it is not a grouped data with class interval. So let us convert this data into grouped data by forming class intervals of width, that is the convenient width. Now for this example, for this data, let us take the width is, for this data let us take the class interval 15. Remember that while allotting frequencies to each class interval, students falling in any upper class limit would be considered in the next class. Example, 4 students who have obtained 40 marks would be considered in the class interval. Class interval here, you know that 4 students obtained 40 marks. So if you have the class interval, that is class interval is 10 to 25, the 15 width, next becomes 25 to 40, next 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, and 85 to 100. Here 4 students who have obtained 40 marks would be considered in the class interval 40 to 55. Here who obtained 40 marks would be considered in this class, but not in this class. That we have to keep on our mind. With this convention in our mind, let us form a grouped frequency distribution table. Now here you know that how many students are there who scored the marks between 10 and 25. Here 10 and 25, know that only 2. 10 and 25, 2 are there. So you write 2 here. That is the number of students. Number of students 2 you take. Next 25 and 40. Next you take 25 and 40. Here only this we have to take 3. 3. Next 40 and 55 you have to take 40 and 50. So you take 4 plus 3, 7. 4 plus 3, 7. Next one is 55 to 70. 55 to 70 you take these 2. You must leave this. So you take 2 plus 4, 6. 2 plus 4, 6. Then 70 to 85. 70 to 85, this one. So you take the sum of this. That is 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 2, 6. Then 85 to 100. 85 to 100, you take this sum of this. 2 plus 3 plus 1. Again it is 6. Then here for each class interval we require a point which would serve as the representative of the whole class. It is assumed that the frequency of each class interval is centered around its midpoint. Here we have to find out the midpoint of each class. Midpoint of each class, assuming that frequency of each class interval is centered around that midpoint. So the midpoint, that is also called class mark. Midpoint or class mark. Midpoint or class mark of each class can be chosen to represent the observation. Here we have to take them as x. The observations falling in the class, that is the midpoint of each class can be chosen to represent the observations falling in the class. Recall that we find the midpoint of a class by finding the average of its upper and lower limit. That is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Here 10 plus 25 divided by 2, 25 plus 40 divided by 2, 40 plus 55 divided by 2, 55 plus 70 divided by 2, 70 plus 85 divided by 2, 85 plus 100 divided by 2. 100 divided by 2 that you have to take. These class marks are considered as xi. They are considered as xi, class mark or midpoint. In general, for the ith class interval, we have the frequency fi corresponding to the class mark xi. We can now proceed to compute the mean in the same manner. So here take 10 plus 25 you have taken, that is MP is 10 plus 25 by 2, that you will get 10 plus 25 is 35 by 2, you will get 17.5. Next you take 25 plus 40 by 2, that equals 65 by 2. So 65 by 2, that you are going to get 65 by 2 is 32.5. Next 40 plus 55 by 2, that is 95 by 2, you will get 47.5. 0.5. 95 by 2 is 47.5. Then 55 plus 70 by 2. 55 plus 70 by 2, that equals, here you will get 125 by 2. 125 by 2, that equals 62.5. 62.5. Then you take next one, 70 plus 85 by 2, that is 155 by 2, you will get 77.5. Then 85 plus 100 by 2, that equals 185 by 2, then you will get, that is 92.5. And in the next, here you got, this is considered, this is Fi, and this class marks is Fi Xi. This is Fi, class mark is Xi. Then you find Fi Xi. Fi Xi means, that is 2 into 17.5. Then 3 into 32.5. 3 into 32.5. 7 into 47.5. 7 into 47.5. 6 into 62.5. 6 into 62.5. Then 6 into 77.5. Then 6 into 92.5. 6 into 92.5. So write the product. 2 into 17.5 is 35.0, and 32 into 32.5 into 3. 3 into 35 point is 5 3 is a 15. 32 3 is a 96 plus 97 point you are going to get here. Next, 7 into 47.5, that is 7 5 is a 35. 3 7 7 is a 49 plus 3 is 49 plus 3 is 52. 7 4 is a 28 plus 5 is 33. So you got 332.5. Next, 6 into 62.5, that is 6 5 is a 30. 0 you are going to 3. 6 2 is a 12 plus 3 5, and 6 6 is a 36 plus 1 37. Then again 6 into 77.5. 6 5 is a 30. 0 3, and 6 7 is a 42 plus 3 45 4. 6 7 is a 42 plus 4 46. Multiply it here. Next, 6 into 92.5 is 6 5 is a 30 3. 6 2 is a 12 plus 3 15. 1 carry. 6 4 is a 54 plus 1 55. Now you find here all are Fi Xi. Find the summation of Fi Xi. Sum of all this Fi Xi. So by adding all this, what you are going to get here, 5 plus 5 is 10. 0 1 carry. 6 plus 5 11 plus 5 16 plus 2 18. 18 plus 25 plus 5 30. 3 3 plus 5 8. 8 plus 6 14. 14 plus 7 21. 21 plus 3 24. 24 plus 9 43 plus 3 46. Then you take here 9 plus 4 13 plus 3 16 plus 3 18. Here you are going to get 1860. Sigma Fi Xi you got 1860, and sigma Fi is sum of all the frequencies that you know it already, that is 30. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 7 is 12, 12 plus 6 18, 18 plus 6 24, 24 plus 6 30. So again use the formula x bar equals summation of Fi Xi by summation of Fi, that equals 1860 divided by 30. So it is 0 0, you can cancel. 186 by 3 is 3 6 18, and 6 is 2. Here you got 62. And this is the direct method of finding the mean. So which method is it? Is called direct method. Means there are some other method also. So what are the different methods of finding the mean of the frequency distribution table? So here the methods are, take different methods of finding the mean of group data R. Group data R. First one is by direct method. By direct method. Second, by assumed mean method. By assumed mean method. Third, by step deviation method. By step deviation method. So here let us only study about the by direct method. Now in this direct method, see here class interval will be given and number of, that is the frequencies will be given. Number of observations, that is the frequencies will be given. Next we have to find out the midpoint, that is the class mark. After that we have to find the product of f and x, that is Fi and Xi, and again we have to find the sum of all the Fi and sum of all Fi Xi. Then by using the formula x bar equals summation of Xi Fi Xi by summation of Fi, that is in the direct method. Now let us solve more number of examples in this direct method. And one thing you have to keep in your mind, that MP, that is the midpoint of the class interval, that is also called class mark, is to be find out by us by using the formula upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So you write formula to find the class mark. Formula to find the class mark or midpoint. Class mark or midpoint. Midpoint of the class interval is called the class mark. So that is that equals class mark equals upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So let us solve more number of examples by using direct method.